What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? It is Thursday, May the 8th, 2025, 8:56 p.m. out here on the West Coast. Welcome to Shades Tube. Guys, if you enjoyed this content tonight, don't forget the thumbs up. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe below and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. And thank you guys so much. Let's go ahead and do that copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area. Part of it is flowing across that screen, and it will be in my comment area once this video has completed. All right? All right, I don't know what I just said. Anyway, again, welcome to Shades Tube Late Night Owls Talk Time. All right, and so tonight, y'all, this is Hot Topics, the latest Hot Topics. We're going to recap some things, just talk. I got to reply back to some people, and then that will be it. All right, so go get you something to eat, drink, and relax and seat bed. If you are at work, continue to do your job and watch Shay on the down low. All right, I'm taking off my necklace, y'all, real quick, because this thing is like what? Hold on, y'all. It is like what, y'all? It's choking me. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good day today. I definitely did. I hope you catch my live that I did earlier and catch my latest Country Wayne reaction video if you guys get into that. Welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay. Over here in the chat, we got Jermaine in the place to be. Jermaine said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. He said, don't just watch the show, show some love, donate a super sticker or a super chat, grab a membership for $4.99 per month, or Cash App $Shades Tube. Thank you, Jermaine. I appreciate you, hon. Thank you for always being here and doing what a mod is expected to do. I appreciate everything that you do for this channel. These glasses are absolutely dirty, man. But anyway, so let's go ahead and jump right into it because I don't have long tonight. Like always, I'll be rushing, but definitely tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this live, you guys. All right, so first thing first, we're going in order tonight, for real. We are going in order. Let me put this music back on. I barely hear it. You know what I'm saying? I barely hear this. So we got a heat advisory in effect. So I guess it's going to be sticky hot this starting tomorrow, which is crazy. I wish I would have went on to wash my car already, but I'll do it tomorrow and stuff early. So, okay, let's go ahead one by one. So this damn phone. Let me turn this thing down, y'all. Hold on. As soon as I get on, I told y'all, every time I get on, this damn thing start going off. It's like clockwork. I do it every time. Let's turn this all the way down. No, this is the flashlight. What am I doing? That's silent. Okay. All right. So here we go. So first thing first, y'all. This is the latest Hot Topics. Diddy Accuser is a no-show. Y'all remember I was telling y'all about this yesterday when we was talking about Diddy. Y'all know that no court was today or anything. It resumes tomorrow. So anyway, I think it's like the third accuser, if I'm not mistaken, the one that said that Diddy made her get a medical procedure. Anyway, she is not testifying. They cannot even get her to come and testify. Let me tell y'all what they said in this news article regarding that, okay? And let me put that banner up so y'all can know what I'm talking about. Diddy. Let's go find it. Diddy. Let's see. Here we go. We're going to do it right here. All right? So, hold on. Let me get off this. Let's go and find it. Diddy. So, while I'm looking for it, let me just tell y'all, Finesse 2 times lawyer quits because he was not paid. Okay, so he quit right before Finesse 2 times surrender to the feds. Okay, that's crazy. I don't know how much he owes. Let me check to see real quick. So let's see what they're saying right quick. So anyway, he's back in federal custody, and he does not have a lawyer, okay, because he owed his lawyer that he had, okay. Anyway, his name is Ricky Hampton. He lost his legal team because he did not pay them, all right. He turned himself in on May the 2nd following multiple alleged violations of his supervised release. Okay, let's see here. So Ricky, okay, is accused of breaching his release terms on 3 separate occasions. including 2 failed DRUG tests, and he got arrested in Texas for allegedly making terroristic threats. Court records show he tested positive for weed in 2022 and then again in 2024. But his most serious allegation stems from an October 2024 incident where he allegedly lifted his shirt to flash a firearm at a woman identified as his girlfriend's mother and the guardian of his former protege, FNG King, and said he would up that fire, a phrase commonly used in Memphis to imply pulling a weapon. The woman told authorities she feared for her life. That interaction reportedly triggered the warrant that led to his May 2nd surrender. Now, earlier this month, Finesse, aka Ricky Hampton, addressed the situation on social media, saying he received a call from his probation officer about the violation. He said, "Damn, that's crazy. My PO just called and said they violated my probation," he wrote. Days later, he posted a photo of the Bob Cassie U.S. courthouse in Texas with the message, "I'll be back." He also blamed both King and the woman involved, saying on Instagram Live, "The lady went and put a charge on me. She got me and little Jew effed up." He added that King told them everything that's been going on at my house. King responded publicly, denying any involvement in Finesse's return to custody. You violated your own probation. I ain't making no more videos about you. That shit is dead. Finesse attorney Carl A. Moore previously denied the accusations and said the case will be resolved once Texas applied the facts to the law. However, reports now suggest Moore and his team have withdrawn from the case because they did not receive payment, leaving Finesse without counsel as his legal fight continues. So as we know, he has been on supervised release since 2022 after serving more than 3 years of a 5-year sentence for firearm possession. His rap sheet includes prior convictions for aggravated robbery and links to a 2017 nightclub shooting in Arkansas. Okay, so that's him. He's scheduled to appear in court for a hearing today. He went there earlier today, May the 8th. So I don't know what happened with that yet. I'll check it out, and then tomorrow I'll let you guys know. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get to Diddy. All right, so let's go to get to Diddy now. So what do y'all think about Finesse? I don't know how people get on probation, right? And then they violate their probation and end up going back to jail. Isn't that the most stupid shit you guys ever heard of? You would think if you get out on probation, you would follow all of the rules. So therefore, you would not go back to jail again. That's crazy as hell. Why even try to get out if you're going to do something, get yourself right back in there? It's crazy. I got to get a piece of gum, y'all, because I just feel it already. That's why I'm talking like this. I keep on making these bloopers because I'm trying not to bite my daggone tongue. When you're trying to control that, that's why you can't form words and stuff like you should. So I had to get that piece of gum because I did not want to bite my tongue. I'm telling you. I start this shit every night. Okay, I had to get that gum. Oh, damn, that shit hurts. So I don't know why people do that, though. Get on probation and then still do crimes. That's the most craziest stuff I have ever heard of in my life. It really truly is. Okay, so what do y'all think about that? In the comment section. Let's see what y'all said before I get to Diddy. You said he threatened his girlfriend mother. Yeah. And guys, he seems like he's a little off. Something is wrong with him. Oh, shit. Y'all know what he looks like, right? Let me show y'all. Here you go, right here. That's him. Okay, there you go. Now, let's go ahead and jump on to Diddy now. Let's go ahead and go to Diddy. A lot of stars, y'all, are fighting charges. A lot of these rappers, a lot of them. It doesn't even make any sense. Damn, I can barely keep up with the stories. So here we go. Diddy's alleged victim reportedly never wanted to testify in his trial. Do y'all believe that? So who was making this person testify? Who was encouraging this person to testify? So the woman referred to as victim 3, like I told y'all, reportedly never intended to testify in this case. And that's according to a new report from, you know who, TMZ. So they are citing sources with direct knowledge of the situation. The outlet says she never cooperated with prosecutors and certainly never led them to believe she would be willing to take the stand. So what happened? Now, this update comes after prosecutors admitted that they were unsure if the alleged victim was going to end up making it to testify earlier this week. In turn, the judge asked lead prosecutor Maureen Comey if her team plans to drop any reference to the woman from opening statements, which begin next Monday. She explained they won't be referencing the woman's story until later in the trial anyway. Now, Diddy's defense team replied by ensuring that the prosecution will let them know how they plan to proceed before opening statements begin. The topic ended with the judge advising prosecutors to do everything they can to get her to show up. Now, while victim 3 might not end up testifying in the case, y'all know that Cassie is going to be there. You know, she's going to be there testifying against Diddy. She is already in New York and she's getting ready to do all of that. So they said TMZ spotted her in the city on Wednesday, obviously sporting her pregnancy as she, you know, and her husband are expecting their third child. All right. So she's already there planning on, you know, being up on that stand, testifying against her ex. All right. You said victim 3 realized that they were about to participate in sending an innocent man to prison. Hey, Most Hated, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, we talked about that earlier. Okay. We talked about that earlier, and let's just hope that's what it is. Okay. And that's on everything. So like I just told y'all the other day, the process of jury selection will start on Monday. Okay. They said it is expected to take up the rest of the week and be it is a very difficult process. So they said, considering Diddy's level of fame and how much coverage the media has spent on the case, it will be very challenging to find an unbiased jury. Because as you already know, some of these people that they were interviewing was a hot ass mess. Okay, you got one man said that he was smoking weed and he probably will continue to smoke weed. You got one person saying they went on the internet, even though I think they kept him there because he did say he just scrolled through it. He wasn't really looking at it. He used some kind of other word for it. I forgot what it was. You got one person who used to work or do cases with the daggone judge. You got one person, a bunch of people, I believe, not a bunch, but a few people, or maybe 2 or 3 people who said that their family members were law enforcement or something like that. It's just a lot of weirdness going on with this entire case, period. He definitely won't be pardoning him. He definitely won't be. You got that right, Most Hated, because he probably would have already done it. You said Cassie, the one who extorted Diddy, the Cassie in the tapes enjoying herself, that Cassie. Yeah, I mean, that Cassie. And so I can't wait to see when the defense attorneys start questioning her and see what they will ask her. Now, this is going to be a damn showdown. This is going to be a showdown next week, and I am going to be giving you guys all of the information that I can get. And that's on everything. Let me read 2 comments and then we're going to move on because y'all know I don't got that long. Somebody said, I think he will walk. Somebody else said, yes, he will, but sad. Sonny said, they are going to railroad this dude. Real criminals get off to roam. Somebody else said he won't get away with it. Brenda said, I think he will. Joyful One said, whoever that witness is, they need to arrest her and give her some jail time for backing out of a deal. I don't think so, because we don't know why this lady is backing out of the deal. She could be scared, okay? She could be afraid or whatever the case is. Somebody said, I believe people are afraid and he may get off because of fear. Huffy has people out here who will probably handle business, especially the people whose names are in the files. If he gets out, hopefully he will think twice about drugging and abusing and possibly put hits out on people, allegedly. The thing about it, if he gets out, or even if he stays in, he can do either one. He can do that still, but if he's smart when he gets out, he will, just not do any of these weird things again. If he did anything, and he would just turn his life around and just stop with all this bullshit and pick up a whole new group of friends, because those friends he had ain't about shit. You know what I'm saying? Except maybe 1 or 2 of them that stayed there, but if he gets convicted, all these people who are telling better watch out. Okay, because just because you're convicted, in prison, it doesn't mean you can't have stuff done. You know what I'm saying? He could have made that happen and told people before he even went, he turned himself in. Because remember, he was getting ready to turn himself in when they got him. Okay, so I'm pretty sure he made some type of preparations, what to do in this, in his house or with this business, all that stuff. So no telling. So I'm thinking that she probably was scared. Okay, she knows what's up. Somebody said Diddy is no gangster, nothing to be scared of. How do you know, Ryan? Do you know him? Somebody said, why are people so scared of him? He needs to be locked up for life. Remember, you don't know this dude. You don't know what he does, how he's like, what he's like behind closed doors. You don't know. This man could be like what? We don't know this man. Okay, so stop assuming that you guys know this person, because you don't. And anybody's capable of stuff. And when you got money, people can make things happen. Always remember that. The most innocent looking person, when they got money, can make things happen. Even if they get locked up, even if you have people watching and security and all that stuff, money makes people do some weird shit. I know that's right. Wait, let me do that. Okay. I better always be doing stuff on this damn line. So yeah. Okay, let's see what y'all said up. He said, if Cassie is the star witness, Diddy finna get loose. Yeah, because I'm telling, what the defense attorneys have. They may tear ass up on that stand. You know what I'm saying? They may. I don't know. We will see though. So let's see what else we got on Diddy real quick. Okay, it's something else that I got on him. Let me see. Let me get it. Hold on, y'all. Y'all gotta be patient. Oh, let me see. What did I do with that? Hold on. I'm trying to find out what did I do with it. I know his son. I think I remember his son and Kanye West, if I'm not mistaken, they have been taking off a Little Rod's lawsuit. Okay, let me find it so I can make sure I'm correct, because I already kind of read this somewhat. I just don't know what I did with it over here. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Let me see, y'all. Hold on. All this damn information I got here, but I think that's what it is. I think that Diddy's son, I believe Justin Combs, and then Kanye West, if I'm not mistaken, they were removed from Little Rod's lawsuit. Okay, make sure. I think that's what it says, because I cannot find it, but I think that's what I read yesterday. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure I got it. Damn, it's taking me forever to find it. Hold on. I think it's up here somewhere. I wonder why did he remove them from the lawsuit though? Because I mean, why would he remove them? See, when people do that, it makes you think that they are lying about other things. This is, I don't know what I did with it. When people start removing names and stuff from lawsuits, because it's kind of weird, kind of strange to me. You know, if you got them in the daggone lawsuit and you claim they did certain things, what made you, remove their names? Were you lying from the start or what? That's crazy. I still don't see it. Let's see. Actually, it was, I got it wrong. It's actually Justin Combs. I think I said that one. But Cuba Gooding Jr. was removed from Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy. All right. Not Kanye, but Cuba Gooding Jr. All right. Let's see here. So they say it's a legal shakeup. See, Little Rod's lawsuit against Diddy. All right. Let's see here. So yeah, they were dismissed from a lawsuit filed by music producer Rodney Little Rod Jones. The lawsuit, which includes serious allegations, had implicated Combs and Gooding Jr. in connection with events allegedly happening on Diddy's yacht and at a recording studio. So were they lying? I mean, was Little Rod lying? So it was the court's decision to remove Justin Combs and Cuba from the case, and it was based on procedural grounds. The judge determined that Little Rod's legal team failed to serve the necessary legal documents to the defendants, within the required time frame. As a result, the claims against them were dismissed without prejudice, allowing for the possibility of refiling in the future. Okay, so that's why they did that, because I was going to say, how can you take their names out of a lawsuit and then expect for people to believe you in the lawsuit? Anyway, they said despite these dismissals, the lawsuit against Sean Combs continues, with several allegations still under consideration by the court. So some of those claims are civil racketeering and breach of contract. Those were dismissed. This damn thing is moving all over the place without prejudice. Let's see. Hold on. It jumped up, y'all. Hold on. Okay, now those were dismissed due to insufficient evidence linking them to violations of the RICO Act. That's why those were the civil racketeering and breach of contract. Those two were dismissed due to insufficient. This damn thing is moving all over the place. Evidence linking them to violations of the RICO Act. However, other serious allegations, such as those concerning ex-trafficking, sexual assault, and premise liability, remain active components of the case. Okay, so those other things stay, but those two that I just said before, they were dismissed because they did not have, they had insufficient evidence linking them to violations of the RICO Act. All right, so Little Rod's lawsuit is still there, but those two things were dismissed. However, the ex-trafficking, the sexual assault, and the other the liability, the premises liability, those remain active components of the case. So yeah, so that's still on. So we will see how that goes. Once this criminal case is over. Okay. All right. So anyway, what do you guys think about that? Because I was about to say, damn, are you lying about the whole thing? But like I said, it's good to read completely, because you'll find out, more information. So we just found out what exactly happened. I don't know why they never have all of the effort, all of the proof before they even go, do a lawsuit. Because the judge is going to actually see this proof. I don't know why they do that. And they don't have things to back it up. You file the RICOs and shit and don't even have sufficient enough evidence. That reminds me of somebody else who always be threatening Ricos and shit and things like that, trying to scare people and shit. It's crazy. But anyway, so that's it for the Diddy news. Okay, all of that, tied into Diddy and everything. So that's it for his news. Tomorrow they will be having, the rest of the jury selection. It should be wrapping up tomorrow. They should have their final people, the final 12, and then 6 alternates. So all of that should be done tomorrow. So of course I'm gonna keep you guys updated on that tomorrow in the morning sometimes. Okay, so let's move on from Diddy. Let's move on to Lil Durk real quick. Okay. And remember, excuse my bloopers, y'all. It's still hard for me to talk with this damn gum on the side of my damn tooth. Try not to bite this damn tongue. All right. So Lil Durk, y'all, he hold on. He reported he was denied bail today. All right. He was denied bail in an murder for hire case. So the thing is, Lil Durk attorneys went in there and had a whole plan, right? Let me tell you what the plan was. Hold on, find it. Then I'm gonna tell you why he was denied. This is what they say. So his attorneys offered strict security plan to the court before his judge denied the bond. Okay, let's say. So they offered a comprehensive security plan seeking to prove he is not a threat to the public. Also, it sought to mitigate any chances of a flight risk or community danger. So they was going to do 24 hours, 7 days a week security monitoring from RSEC Group, which is a licensed private firm. They was going to give him curfews, home confinement, control over who visits, surveillance system to monitor all of his movements, and they would have reported to the court directly instead of Durk. So they can immediately notify the court of any violations, okay? And let's see. So they said, according to the defense, this would have mitigated any community danger, which they denied in the first place. In addition, they included $2 million as part of the bond package. So they broke it up like this into $1 million in cash from Alamo Records, $900,000 in real estate, and $150,000 from a business partner. And then another key aspect of the bond package was full court supervision and electronic monitoring. And with all that, they still denied his bail. However, they did say his lyrics could not be used as evidence of murder for hire, but they denied his bond. Okay. Let me go back over here real quick. Let's see what else we got. Oh yeah. Trying to get to it. Let's see. So let's see why they denied it. So they said he broke the rules in jail by using other inmates' phone accounts and engaging in three-way calls. Again, I don't understand why these people don't follow rules, okay? When they are locked up and when they are out on probation or even parole. This is crazy. So that is the only reason why he was denied bail this time. I don't know why he was on the phone. They said he is violating jail rules by using other inmates' phone accounts and engaging in three-way calls. Okay, so during a bail review hearing Thursday, U.S. Magistrate Judge Patricia Donahue said the rapper showed a disrespect for the rules by using 13 other inmates' phone accounts at LA's Metropolitan Detention Center. So Drew Filing, Banks' attorney, argued that other inmates have done the same thing and said the defense team didn't see it as an issue that would prevent his release. He also told the judge that Banks, who was wearing a white prayer cap, was committed to his Muslim faith. All right? But you know what? When you're in prison or jail, you know you have to follow directions. Gosh, he messed up his own thing by being on the damn phone. I mean, couldn't he wait till he got out? That is crazy. Anyway, Lildurk is accused of ordering the murder of Taekwon, I guess, Bowman, a Georgia rapper called Quando Wando, whose cousin was unalive in a botched ambush near the Beverly Center Mall in Los Angeles in 2022. Banks has pleaded not guilty to the charges. And then last week, as we already know, prosecutors filed a superseding indictment that added a stalking resulting in unaliving charge. That indictment removed prior references to lyrics that previously said Banks used to commercialize the shooting unaliving. Prosecutors previously said Banks had rapped about his revenge with music that explicitly references audio from a news clip of Bowman screaming, "No, no," after seeing his cousin's body. At a December detention hearing, filing told the court that the song prosecutors referenced was recorded 8 months before the shooting. During the Thursday hearing, filing focused on the removal of those lyrics from the indictment, calling it false that his client had monetized and celebrated the unaliving at the heart of this case. He said, this murder case is not about defendant's lyrics. It is not about his music. It's about his conduct. Assisting U.S. Attorney Ian Yanello told the judge. Yanello said the defense team had failed to provide new information that undermined the judge's original December ruling that Banks be detained. Referencing the jail calls, Yanello said Banks will not follow the rules. Finland repeatedly referred to the allegations against his client as sweeping generalizations. If you are going to allege dangerousness, there has to be some specifics, Finland told the judge. Although Finland said Banks was willing to hire around-the-clock security to ensure compliance with conditions imposed by the court, the judge questioned whether the guards would be willing to report the person paying them. After the hearing, I don't know why I keep on saying Finland's filing, I guess, said the case against his client all comes down to one out of context text message. We feel that a 32-year-old man with no record should be entitled to time outside of the jail cell that he can spend with his family and colleagues, he said. Banks' trial is scheduled to begin October the 14th. Okay, so again, Little Durk was denied bail, point blank. They say he broke some rules in jail. He was on the phone. I forgot how many inmates. I can't remember, 13 or something like that. It was a lot, and they said that he had a disrespect for the rules there. So that's the primary reason why he was not granted bail, a bond, okay? Or bail, or however you say that, which is crazy. I don't know why he just didn't follow the rules. Somebody said this is the weirdest case ever because Quando Wando is currently locked up right now for something else. So what's the point of this nonsense? Well, because the cousin was unalive. So of course they're going to keep, trying to figure out if Lil Durk had anything to do with that. Somebody says, stay off the phone. That's why you ain't free. That's why you ain't free. You talk too much. Right. Why is he on the damn phone? That's crazy. Why be on the phone? First of all, you should know that somebody may tell. Then plus, they may hear it or something, or recordings or something, cameras or whatever the case is. I don't understand why he was on that damn phone on a three-way call When he was talking to DJ Academics, was he on the regular jail phone or what then? That's crazy. And then he got it on social media. That's crazy, y'all. So let's see. You said you think he toast? That's right, definitely. Most definitely. Okay. But that's his news right there. Okay, so we're gonna move from Little Durk. You know, he'll be in there until his trial. I think his trial starts in October. I think that's what they say, October the 14th or somewhere around that time. Let's see when they say. Yeah, October the 14th. And of course, I'll be covering that. We'll see. Do y'all think he'll get off or what? Or do you think he won't? It depends on how much evidence. You know, they may not have, they got something, but they may not have enough to, you know, make him guilty, charge him as being guilty. Not charged, but to say that he's guilty. You say you don't think he'll get out? That's sad. Okay, so let's better move on. Okay. So, you know, y'all know Sean Kingston is incarcerated too. Anyway, he was asking the judge, can he go to some type of concert where he was asking the judge, can he perform at a concert, right? And I don't know why he thought the judge was going to approve that. Anyway, the judge denied that. He denied his concert opportunity, okay? Which is crazy. I don't even know why he asked. You know, him and his mom are going up for wire fraud, okay? They're going to be sentenced pretty soon. That's crazy. And some other things too. I forgot exactly what it all entails, but I did go over this case with you guys. This is crazy. He is going to prison. That is crazy. And his mom also is going to prison. They got him with wire fraud, and I think theft. I don't see the charges here, but it's a lot of little stuff. Him and his mom. And so then I can't believe he even asked the judge, can he, you know, perform there on June the 20th at the Summerfest in Milwaukee. That's crazy. So he stole over $1 million worth of stolen luxury items. So he was trying to tell the judge when he performed at that Summerfest, he can use some of that money from that to pay toward his $1 million fine, I guess, which is crazy, man, to even ask. So yeah, right now he's on strict home detention, right? He got that GPS tracking system on and everything. So he's not able to make any money. So he claimed that he's been dealing with severe financial distress. Should have thought about that before him and his mom started doing what they was doing. And let me look at his charge because I can't remember what they were. I mean, what they are. So let's look it up real quick. Sean Kingston, right? Look him up. Let's see here. This is crazy, y'all. These all these damn rappers. Let's see what these charges with. Him and his mama. See? Sean Kingston and his mother Janice were found guilty of a $1 million fraud scheme. They were charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and multiple counts of wire fraud for defrauding luxury merchandise vendors of over $1 million in property. They were convicted by a federal jury after being accused of defrauding businesses, including a jewelry business, a luxury bed company, a car dealership, and a luxury micro LED TV company. So Kingston and his mother fraudulently purchased high-end goods such as cars, jewelry, and other items by falsely claiming they had executed bank wire transfers when no such transfers had actually been made. They allegedly retained or attempted to retain these goods despite not paying for them. The indictment detailed how they unjustly enriched themselves by falsely representing their payment methods. So the jury found them guilty after deliberating for 3.5 hours. Kingston and his mother faces up to 20 years in prison for each count, and that could give them a long prison sentence, maybe even life. That's stupid. Damn, y'all. Y'all wanted luxury so bad that this is what you guys were doing. That is crazy. So him and his mom will be going up for sentencing. I don't know when their sentencing is. Let's see. His mom is 61. So he did post a surety bond of his home valued at $500,000, and then he gave them $200,000 in cash to get out on bond. So they're going to be sentenced on July the 11th. What is this now? May? You got 2 months out, then they're going to be sentenced, and they're going to prison. That is crazy. Stupid, man. This is him and his mom right here. People are going to get enough of stealing and shit from banks and shit, stealing houses and shit, stealing cars and other shit, trying to pretend like they rich and trying to, perpetrate in front of people. Remember this: when you get caught, it won't be the people in prison with you. You'll be there by yourself, missing out on your life, on your kids' life, and just missing out. That's crazy. All for all this shit that they couldn't keep anyway. That's weird, man. It's crazy as heck. So I will keep y'all on top of that situation once they, get they go to their sentencing. All these damn stars and trouble and stuff. That's crazy. But I remember when I was telling you guys about this. Goodness. People be stealing all this money and shit, all this property, and then think they can get away with it because they got away with it for a minute. But see, the thing is they keep on doing it, and that's why they get caught, And then they get up on social media, right, and talk about all this shit they got knowing they stole it. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. It's really crazy. No, they stole it and pretend like they still got certain things when they know they don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just plainly crazy. But anyway, let's move on from that, and let's go ahead and get to, we did Little Durk, we did Diddy. Let's go ahead and talk about, we already know about Smokey Robinson, right? And I told y'all the other day that he has 4 lawsuits, right? Let me just recap that real quick. See this real quick. Smokey Robinson. It's no new updates today either. I'm just going to tell y'all about it real quick. So as y'all know, he's 85 years old, okay? Hold on. Let me just type this up here because they surely don't have nothing up here like that, but on him. You have to actually type it in. So, like I said, he's accused of sexual assault by 4 women. They are asking for $50 million, okay? His wife is also included in this lawsuit, and they said that she contributed to a hostile work environment, and she was she was using racial slurs against them in language. Okay. Now they said that Smokey allegedly, hold on, let me see what they got for him. Got sexual battery, false imprisonment, negligence and gender violence, and some labor violations related to wages, breaks, meal times, and overtime pay. Okay. You say you think he's guilty? Like I told you earlier, because these women claim that he did all this extra stuff. He was texting them, telling them where to meet in the house. He would wait till his wife goes. He would make them do the oral thing and the regular thing. Just some weird shit, you guys. But honestly, I don't know if this is true or not. What if they were actually doing these things consensual? I mean, because they was, they gave him consent to do all these things. They was willing to do it with him, and then they seen all these other cases, and they decided together that they want to get some money out of him, so they concocted all this up, together. I don't know. I'm just saying, what if they did that? And again, he could have done all these things without their consent. I don't know. But the thing is, it's weird because one of them said both of them, I think all of them said, at least three, if not all of them, said that he was doing all these things for years, like ever since 2007 and things like that. Now he's 85 now, so shit, he was still pretty much older. And I'm like, it's weird, you guys. It's just plain and weird. And then they got one as recent as 2023, allegedly, they claim that he did some type of actual assault. So in 2023, he was 84. You would even think he wouldn't even have enough strength to do anything like that, not to force somebody. So that's what made me think maybe they had agreed to have relations with this man, and now they're trying to get more money, or now they probably realized back then that it was wrong. And so now they want to do something about it. So now they're making claims saying that they didn't consent to anything. Maybe. And this may not be true. I'm just saying to myself, maybe. It could be a possibility. Who knows? Now, as far as the labor stuff, I can see that happening for real, because if they are illegals, they can pretty much pay them however they want to if they are illegals, because I think one or two of them said the reason why they did not tell is because they were scared of being deported. So I'm thinking that maybe they were threatening them with that deportation. So if they was threatening them with deportation, that means that somebody may not be legal, maybe. Or either he was playing on their intelligence and telling them that to make them, be quiet. I don't know. It's weird. It's very strange. Oh, you said Durk. He's probably I'm guilty. Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Yeah, why did they wait so long? That's why I was like, damn, did they actually agree to do all this stuff with this older man? And he gave him a little extra money, or he could have, they could have still agreed, but he could have been, basically coercing them and things like that. So we'll see when they, provide the evidence. We will see what happened, because you just never know. Right. Because I'm thinking like, damn, they could be lying just to get money, since all of these other cases and stuff that people are, they're filing charges on other stars and stuff, not charges, but they're filing lawsuits for other stars, asking for a lot of money. And they may just want to jump on the bandwagon. You know what I'm saying? And if they were engaging in actual relationship with Smokey, they consented to it. You can easily say you did not consent to it, and call it great and battery and all this other stuff. Not saying that they're not telling the truth, because they could be. I'm just saying, what if it happened like that? That's crazy. But anyway, I'll be keeping you guys, on top of that as well. All right? That's crazy. They said his wife was mean as hell and stuff, calling them racial slurs and everything. So yeah, that's crazy. All right, so speaking of racial slurs, let me hurry up. Let's see what we got on Shiloh Hendricks. Let's see what her latest news is real quick. Okay. Okay, we put her thing up here. That's crazy, y'all. Let's see. So this is her right here. So the last time I checked, her amount was raised to about 10 hours ago. She had raised over $750,000. Okay. This is the woman who called the 5-year-old the N-word because she said the 5-year-old went inside her baby bag and stole something. And so a dude was recording her. Okay. And he approached her about that. And she repeatedly said the N-word to him like 5 times at least. She didn't have any remorse. Then she got up there, did a ghost sin whatever account, telling people that she, her and her family need protection. So therefore she needs to move and all that. And she needed money to do that. So all these people started donating to her, a lot of racist people, and they claim they did that. Some claim that they did that in retaliation with people donating money to Carmelo Anthony's defense fund, which is crazy. because it's crazy to me, because you mean to tell me people will condone some woman saying racial slurs to a 5, 6, 7-year-old just to get back at people for donating to another young man's account or his defense fund? That's crazy. When y'all know it's wrong to do that. I even challenge people, if you think it's right, go out there if you want and say that to somebody's child and see what would happen. You cannot, you're not going to do that because that's not right. Okay, it's not right. The average person is going to either tell you off or something. They can do something else if you call their child a racial slur. It's just unacceptable. When did people think this type of behavior was right? If you want to do retaliation for somebody supporting somebody that you don't think they should, you should be calling the organization and whoever helps that organization out to make complaints. You shouldn't be doing other things. That's stupid. You should do everything the legal way. And then people are like, well, the little kid probably didn't hear her, and blase. The thing is, it doesn't matter if the kid heard her or not. We don't need to be making people think this is acceptable, because other people will start doing the same thing. But see, they won't listen until somebody go up to a little white kid and call that little white kid a racist name. Okay, then they will listen. Okay, that's when they'll listen. So you said, yeah, they have no justification for this. They definitely don't. Of course they are trying. One person was like, the kid is tall. The kid is probably not 5. And I was like, it doesn't matter if the kid is 5, 6, 7, or 8 or whatever. The key word is that it's still a child. Okay, you should not be saying racial slurs or any type of negative things to kids. Then one person talking about black people call kids names all the time. How do you know? And you know what? White people do it too. So it's not just a black thing. Okay, that's crazy. And we're not talking about that anyway. We're talking about this lady who called this child a racial slur, the N-word. It is not, it is unacceptable, point blank. There is no justification for her behavior at all. At all. Right, that's crazy as hell, right? Defending this weirdo right here who gets up there spitting all this racist shit that he says with his weird looking ass. Okay, I mean, I don't know who you guys follow, but following this dude right here is crazy as hell. Okay, but again, when something like this happens to a white kid, okay, then that's when they will get up here and want people to feel sorry, and they will get up there talking about, oh, that's just a child and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Which is crazy. You heard me out. Lucas be tripping me out with that right there. Okay. So she was crazy for doing that. And I'm just shocked at this fundraiser. And honestly, she does not deserve this money. All right. Period. And I don't see any more updates from this story either. Because they did refer this to, I think, the police or whatever the case is, and they are trying to see if anything can be done about it. They probably won't be, but we will see. Okay, and I will keep you guys abreast of that as well on top of that, okay? All right, so what else here? Let's see. So we got a couple more minutes. I think I know some things I didn't cover. I'm going to cover it tomorrow because it's just not enough time. Okay. Let me see what else I got here, you guys. Hold on. So let's go ahead and read these comments, okay? From this live that I did, okay? From the one I did today and the other day. So let's go to do that real quick. We're going to have like maybe 20 minutes to do that. Then I have to get out of here. Okay, maybe 15 minutes. Because this time go by so quick, you guys. Damn. It's almost an hour though already. Can y'all believe that? So let's go and do Carmelo. Okay. So anyway, so no. So anyway, J Lord, who is also Charlie, she wrote a reply on my video called Quit Lying and Spinning Narratives about Carmelo Anthony. She said, why do you call people liars? Austin passed on from a stab wound to the center of his beating heart. Okay, then somebody came back and said lies, untrue, spewing, like when the family representative said Rittenhouse was shooting people in the back with an AK-47. First of all, we're not talking about Rittenhouse. We are talking about Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. And yeah, I said lies. That's exactly what I said. Because if you guys cannot show facts to prove some of the stupid stuff you guys are saying, then yes, it's lies, point blank. Okay? I don't need to explain that any further. Okay? Any further. Let's see what else. So then Blue Moon said, Shades Tube. So did you call out anyone lying from the Anthony camp or just from Austin's side? Well, actually, I did. When I said that somebody put up on their TikTok that the dad went to jail for rape. Okay, I said I was showing that, and while I was showing it, I decided to stop the video. When I stopped the video, I saw where it said that he was arrested and he was only in jail 1 day and he was let out, and I didn't see anything else. So then I assumed that he never had any charges. I don't know for sure because I never did do an actual check to see, his arrest records or anything like that. But that one video, I believe they purposely, put it up there and made it go scroll really fast so you can read everything. And so I stopped it so I could read everything. And that's when I saw that he was only in jail 1 day. All right. So yeah, I do call out each side if I see somebody lying from that camp. But I don't recall Anthony's camp saying too much. All right. I really don't. So let's see what else. Okay, let's see what else they're saying. Okay, let's see. So we answer all of these questions right here. Let me go to the new one. Okay, let me go to the new live. I think we answer all of those questions. Hold on, let me go to the one I just did. See here, I gotta watch this time, you guys. I think it's this one right here. Let's look at this one right here. Make it real quick. The one, I can't even pull the damn thing open. Hold on. Let me go back to my page. I have to do it a different way. This is so crazy the way you have to do this to look at your videos. How do you look at this damn thing? Hold on, y'all. Let me just see how I can do this. So you go to this. I don't know why this crazy ass phone does this when I be looking at my own videos. Like the latest ones. Okay, let me go to it as like I'm a different person. And let's do it like this and then go look at it and see if I can open it. I don't know how to get this one open right here so I can read the messages. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Okay, let me do it this way. This is so damn stupid, man. Let's do it like this, y'all. Hold on, y'all. 1 minute. Let me see if I can do it like this. I had to use my other account. Let's see. So let's go to Shades Tube. We have to do it like this. I don't know when you try to look at your own videos why they do that. So the one that I did earlier, I think this is it right here. So we're going to stop that and we want to read the comments. Okay, so this is bullshit. Okay, so this girl she keeps on responding. I already know who it is. Okay, she was like, Carmelo isn't 130 pounds like I said. And so I replied back to her and said, chick, we know how much he weighs. Hush up. Okay. Because the thing is this right here. Why is that so important? All right. We know that Carmelo is not the same size as Austin or his brother. It doesn't matter if he is 130, 140, 150, 160. He is 160 pounds, 162, somewhere around that. But the thing is that it really doesn't matter. Okay, it does not matter. Okay, at all. So why are they so hooked on how much he weighs? He does not weigh 200. He does not weigh 210, 220. All right. He weighs 160. That's a 40 pounds, 50, 60 pounds difference. And then you got two. Okay, come on now. Stop playing with me. All right. So you said that Carmelo's family has done one press conference addressing the money. That's it. That's all. And if anybody else, like YouTubers or TikTokers or other social media, are putting things up, you know what I'm saying? It's not them. You know what I'm saying? It's not them putting that up. Okay, it's not them. And I really haven't seen too much of their side put up that could be looked at as lies, because the person who's representing family, he came out and said something about his criminal background. He told y'all asses off. I just didn't read it to you guys. Yeah, he sure did. He addressed that. Okay. Right. I wonder too. Shit. Okay, let's see what else y'all said real quick. Okay, let's see. I can barely see this shit. Let's see. See, when I'm looking at it from another page, you know, I can't tell which one has the message on it until I actually open it. I think we did that. Let's see. So we got comments from here. And so we already went all over this one right here, I believe. Okay, we already went over this. Okay, let me go back to Carmelo stuff, the one that almost got 1,000 views, because I'm pretty sure they have some more comments on here. They got 128. So this person right here said, carrying a knife. No. I think I already addressed this, where he said carrying a knife is being a thug. And I was like, so does that mean carrying a gun is a thug? Because a lot of people like to carry that. I think I already addressed that. And then I had said that he saved somebody's life. This idiot says, whose life was saved? When did he save someone's life exactly? Some of these people don't research anything. We are dealing with some idiots, okay, online, because everybody knows that he saved a life. Now, I don't have my other phone. Jermaine, if you can do this real quick, go type in Google, who life did Carmelo Anthony save, and put it in the chat real quick for me, okay? Because I want to give this person this reply back. I mean, I could have did it, but it's going to take me a longer time, and I don't want to close out my screen. If you hear me. Now, let's see if you can beat me. Let's see. Oh. These people are dumb, man. I'm telling you. I mean, you mean to tell me they don't know about this? Not this one. The boy. Let me see. I spell his name wrong. Hold on, y'all. That's because I can't type word crap. And when you type this boy's name in, you know the other Carmelo Anthony always come up. You know what that other boy, you know, when you type their names up, even when I type in with the other one, you know, Austin, they always give me the basketball player. Okay. There it is right there. A 14-year-old little guy. All right. It's all in the newspaper. These people are complete morons. It's all in the daggone news and everything. Okay. He saved a kid from drowning in a pool. I mean, what is wrong with these people? Here is the damn article right here. These people are some damn clowns. I don't know how I can, I tell you what, maybe this idiot will look at this live and see it. Let me just screenshot it, because Jermaine, I knew you wasn't going to do it quick enough. Your ass is probably not even listening. Okay, let me see. Y'all men, let's see, because I got to get ready to go in a minute. Let me hurry up. This girl never stays at home, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all straight up. Every damn minute, I got somewhere to go. Okay, so let me show y'all why y'all want to put this man up here. Right. So they had it all on the news and everything. These people are crazy. Hold on. Let me do this because you can't get certain people to do a damn thing. Okay, let's see. What did I just do here? Let's see if I did this right. What are you doing, girl? Okay, so I saved this wrong. Let me save it like this. Keep current thing. Okay, so I'm not trying to show anything else. Let me do this like this. See if I can pull this up. See what's down here. So I'm gonna show it like this because I don't need y'all to be reading my stuff. So here we go. This is the live. I already got it because you wasn't paying attention, like always. He'll smack your little ass. So you see that? Now, he saved a child from drowning, a 14-year-old, okay? I think the child was 14. And that's Carmelo right there, okay? This person in this damn comment section talking about who did he save? That's so damn dumb. I was trying to get the child's, you got it right here. The name, let me see. Hold on, let's see here. Is this my phone right here? Let's see. Let me hurry up. So Jermaine put the actual article up there right there. Yeah, he saved a little boy from drowning a few years ago. All right. I don't know what the little kid's name is, but you can just go pull it up and you can see who it was. The boy's name or the girl's name, whoever. I think it's a little boy, a little child. They said he jumped in and saved that child's life. All right. So this person needs to research the information. Point blank. Let me just tell her, go research it. Hold on. There you go. So yeah. See, looking up stuff is so easy to do. Okay. It doesn't take much. All right. And then she or he came back again and said, you don't carry GUNSs and knives to school. Don't be a bozo of the comments section. Okay, so let me say, hold on. Okay. See how they assume stuff and don't be, I don't know what the hell be wrong with these people. They say weird shit. They come off saying weird stuff and it's just plainly crazy. So then Jesus said Mello is going to jail. That is never going to be self-defense. Now, I could say some crazy shit, but I'm not going to say it. I'm gonna let you pass on that one, okay? Okay, we're gonna let you pass, all right? So Jermaine came back and said, yeah, because you are clearly an expert on what makes someone a thug. Never mind the fact that you are oversimplifying a complicated situation. Carrying a knife doesn't automatically make someone a thug, just like running your mouth on the internet doesn't make you smart. Maybe stop throwing around labels and try understanding the reality of the situation instead of being a keyboard warrior. Okay, and then here come this brilliant person right here. Knives of all length are illegal for a student to process at this school district facility. Okay, so I think we already covered this. Let me just say that right quick. So crazy. And then we said, thank you, lawyer. Okay, then somebody said, okay, so then someone said, saving a kid's life doesn't give him a pass on taking one. Yes, he is a thug regardless. You should know. You should know, huh? These people are crazy in this comment section. Okay. And then we have, let's see, I think that's it, you guys. I think that's it. I was just looking at. Okay. So somebody said, if Carmelo can't tell his side of the story himself, I have no interest in anything else, in anything anyone else has to say. And the thing about it, when they don't watch the video, you know what I'm saying? I mean, um, if you have no interest in anything that anyone says, then don't watch any information that people say. Because the thing is, you're not going to hear Carmelo talk until probably he goes to trial. I'm pretty sure they told him not to talk. So you're not going to hear him talk. So you will be waiting for a while. Okay? Because first they have to do the grand jury thing to see if they will even do an indictment. Okay? So then Mr. Fish said this boy was scared of a single kid his own age and had to pull a knife. Just imagine when he's in prison with some real illers, grown ass men coming at him. He gonna be someone's girl. Okay. That's if he goes to prison. Okay, we'll cross that path when that happens. Okay. I see a lot of things will happen probably before he goes to trial. So I mean, let's just hope and pray that everybody is still here alive. Okay, because you just never know what the future may hold. We are concentrating on things that we shouldn't be. We don't know what the future holds, so therefore we don't know, what's going to be happening by the time that he is up for trial. Half of these people probably won't even be tuning into it and probably forget all about it. So the thing is, let's just wait and see. Okay. Okay, so anyway, they're still talking about we only go with what we factually know. The only thing that you actually know is the fact that they got into some type of argument. Austin approached them first. Okay, we don't know exactly what Austin actually said. He said, you don't go to the school from one account. People telling different things. And then somebody said that he asked the kid to move or some junk like that. I don't know. So those are some things that were said. Somebody said that he proceeded to remove the kid, which is, what they said in the police report. We know that Carmelo stabbed him. Okay. We also know that Carmelo said, don't touch me. Punch me and see what happens. Touch me and see what happens. We know that Carmelo stabbed him. Okay. What else do we know? That's facts. At least from what we are hearing or what we already heard already. We know that Carmelo dropped the knife and ran. We know that Carmelo said it's not allegedly I did it. We know that. At least he wasn't being a coward like some grown people who run and hide and act like they never did anything. We also know that Carmelo said, I told him, I warned him or something, not to touch me or something. And he said that the boy touched him. period. All right. And he did self-defense. Okay. He put his hands on me. That's what he said, something like that. So we know all of those things happened. But what we don't know is exactly what happened once the other boy, Austin, stood up. You know, we don't know for sure if these witnesses if they're telling the truth. Because when Austin stood up, clearly they were arguing, you know, they were in an intense argument, right? And clearly somebody must have said something, because there's no way Carmelo would just blurt out, punch me and see what happens. Okay, so clearly somebody either threatened and said that I'll punch you, and then proceeded to do it. And that's when, you know, everything really broke out, and he pulled out the weapon and started stabbing. That's the way I see it. I don't know if that's happened. If it happened like that, I'm just guessing. All right. At least I can say I'm just guessing, because I wasn't there, just like you guys wasn't. I'm just thinking. So we don't know what happened once Austin stood up and started talking, you know, and things like that. We don't know if he actually went over there, and they said that he pushed the dude out, but how hard, in what way, and was he throwing punches and hitting and things like that as well? Because I don't believe he just went over there and said leave and, you know, pushed them slightly. I don't believe that, because if they were having an intense argument, that tells me that they both were basically on the verge of fighting if they weren't fighting. That's what that tells me. Okay. I think it's way more to that story. I really do. And I can't wait until we see that video to confirm that. All right. So we don't know what happened in between that time. All right. We just don't know. Something happened that made that boy use that knife point blank. It's like they up here making a big deal about 3 minutes. There's so much things can happen in 3 minutes. Just like Jermaine said, many things can happen in 3 minutes. It does not take that long to stab someone in their chest. Okay. If they are already in an altercation. All right. It doesn't take that long. What are you guys talking about? Things that you like when you're in fights and stuff, everything usually happens pretty quickly. All right. Even when you stab a person, everything goes pretty quick, you know. And then you say, some people say he stabbed him in the heart. I don't think he was looking at where he stabbed. I think he just started stabbing. You know, usually if somebody's messing with you and you're scared, you're fearing your life for your life, you just use that knife. You know, you just use it. It's not a GUN, it's a knife. People just use it, okay? And that's what he probably did. And he probably dropped it because he probably couldn't believe what he had to do. It probably was scared, okay? So he dropped it and ran, all right? But when he ran, he just went outside the daggone gate, and he was walking, trying to figure out why, you know, what happened. You know, he should have had more control or some shit like that. He could have been thinking that. He could have been thinking, I don't know what he's thinking, what he was thinking. But he could have, probably he was thinking that. I'm just saying, I don't know for sure. You know, because since he wasn't planning on doing that, so he probably was like, damn. You know, he was probably saying stuff like that to himself while he was walking. Because when the police came, he didn't run or anything. He told them that he is the person. He gave that officer his correct name and everything. He didn't lie about anything. So what are you guys talking about? Like I said before, and I'll say it again, I just think the whole entire thing got out of hand. I think it could have been avoided. I still say that Austin, after he initially confronted Carmelo verbally, once Carmelo said no, if that's what he said, because I don't know what he said, then Austin should have went over there and got the coach point blank. If he would have did it like that, we wouldn't even be having this discussion right now. All right. And that's just on everything. That's what he should have did. You know, you guys can sit up here and leave a million messages if you like. I do not care. All right. When I get tired of your messages, I'll just close up the comments section. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you can leave all the messages you want, because I'm still going to think the way that I'm thinking. And until the actual facts come in, the real facts, you know, the videos and stuff and other witnesses and stuff that are telling the same consistent story, that's when we can all really, you know, make a sound, we can give sound knowledge of this entire situation once we have all of the facts. Okay. You can't give out anything right now. All you can really do is say what you think. because you don't really know. But once we see all of the evidence, then we can tell people, you know, what really happened. Until then, we everybody is basically only guessing based on the little stuff that we do know. And again, it's not fair to call someone an murderer when you don't know everything that happened. All right, all these doctors and lawyers and prosecutors in the comment section. Come on now, you got one guy telling me you taught CWC or whatever classes. I do not care what classes you teach. It doesn't make you a lawyer. Okay, and even if you are a lawyer, you're not on his case. Okay. Oh yeah, I am going to leave it open. Yeah, you're not on his case. You're not part of the prosecution team. You're not part of the defense team. You weren't at the hospital. You're not a doctor or anything else. You don't know. All right, you're doing the same thing that I am doing. Basically, guessing based on what we do see or what we have seen. All right, point blank. But we haven't seen the major stuff. These witnesses that are in the police report, they're not giving the exact same story. One witness said that Austin was sitting in front. Another witness say Austin walked 2 to 10 or something like that. I can't even remember, so because it's so much, but I know one thing, these people are not consistent, just like his brother wasn't. So you guys overlook all of that. But you can keep on painting the picture, because you know what? If that video shows that Austin did more, you guys are going to be looking crazy. All right? I'm not going to look crazy even if it doesn't, because I never once said that I'm sure 100% that he did self-defense. I said I believe. That's what I said. I believe. Okay? And I need to wait until I see the videos. I'm basing everything on what Carmelo did in what he said. Touch me, see what happens. Punch me, see what happens. Okay? That's what I'm looking at. Period. All these other witnesses, I'm just listening to them, and that's it, because I don't know if they were actually there. I don't know. And I won't believe them 100% until I know for sure that they were there. But I don't think we will find that out until the trial. So y'all might as well stop guessing, because nothing you guys say is going to make him get indicted. All right? Indictments happen because of the evidence that they have. That's where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? It's based on the evidence that they have. Period. All right? Okay. So all these other comments, I can't answer them all. I'm not going to try to. Y'all can keep on leaving them. Every now and then I'll answer some live, because I'm not going to be trying to respond to all these all these questions and stuff like that. All right? And did you tell me to, you said don't. Okay. I almost forgot. You said don't. All right? All right. So I won't. So anyway, y'all, just know, in life, we have people that don't, and I'm not talking about these people, I'm talking about something totally different now. In life, we have people who are lost in the twilight zone. Okay, and that's on everything. They don't have any real purpose for living. They love to incite foolishness all day, all day. They are just unhappy on the inside. So what they do is, I'm trying to say this in a different type of way. What they do is bring a lot of negativity around themselves, and they project this negativity out to others, okay, because they are so unhappy within. Okay, so I'm trying to say something without saying stuff. So we got to watch out for people like this. Okay, we got to choose our friends carefully. We have to choose people we date carefully, people we marry carefully, just people we be in association with, because people do weird shit. You got people up here lying, people constantly reflecting on shit that doesn't even make any sense. People bringing their insecurities to YouTube and outside of YouTube. People just doing all types of weird shit. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get people's attention. You know, it's crazy how people rationalize things, okay? And how some people think that the world is coming for them. You know, it's just crazy, you guys. It's almost laughable for some people. You know what I'm saying? It's almost laughable when I see some people doing this, because you're like, why are you including me in your foolishness when I don't have anything to do with it? You see what I'm saying? Why are you trying to bring all your negativity my way? Because you are unhappy. Don't be trying to make me be unhappy, because it's not going to work. Because things in your life is not going right. Don't try to put that shit off on me. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand why people do that. And like I said, you got some weird ass people out here that do these type of things. And some of them are right here on YouTube. You know, do weird shit. Will get up on their channel and paint a picture of you to others based on lies and foolishness, or based on things that they know they did. And when they did these things, you know, they caused a person to react, you know, maybe not in a good way. And now they want to play victim. Okay? They want to play victim once you react and let them know what's up. Then they want to play victim. You know what I'm saying? Which is not a good thing. Because the thing is, if you mess with someone, right, and you do certain things, and then a person react, you should never play victim, because you are the one who started it. All right? You're the one who started it. So you don't need to play victim. Play the same role you was playing from the start. Okay? You are the one that started the whole entire thing. You are the instigator. Okay? So when someone comes forward for you, you don't need to play like you are the victim and everybody is, you know, messing with you and causing your world to crumble down. All right? No, you are the reason why the things like this are happening to you. It's because of your actions only, and no one else. Because whatever you did, you should have done it. And that's another thing too. Right. If you post receipts, just like Jermaine said, make sure you got timestamps. That's nothing. Why do some people spend so much time trying to prove certain things to people, and then use trickery methods to make people think certain things, when in reality they are lying. They are lying. You don't see no timestamp. Okay. You don't see anything that indicates whatever they are showing you was at this specific time. If you catch my drift, they will basically try to use manipulation to prove a point, to make you believe something that they know they are lying about. And just like Jermaine said, if you tell a lie, make sure there are no receipts to disprove your lie, like court records, Zillow, etc., etc. All right, make sure of that. All right, guys, make sure of that. When you tell a lie, or you're trying to use certain graphics or electronic images or anything like that, make sure it has a timestamp or include yourself in it, so we can know this is current. Because anybody can show any type of graphics or electronic stuff or imagery or anything and make it seem like it is now, when in reality this is something you did a long time ago, because you're not showing anything where we can tell it's present. You understand what I'm saying? Like, for example, when I do my next room to show you guys, my living room is almost done, you're going to know that this is from that day, whatever day I'm doing it. because I'll tell you guys the date. I'll say stuff that's current, and you would know that this is what Shay's Tube just did. Okay, this is not something that I'm showing you from 2.5 years ago. It's something that I'm doing right now. All right. So make sure when you're trying to disprove what somebody may have said about you, make sure you use current stuff, not some old shit that you know you've been had, right? And you're trying to pass it off like it's something current when in reality you know it isn't. That's why you did not include timestamps or anything else, So make sure you do that. All right, point blank. And don't even try to do stuff where you can look it up, because that's plainly stupid. Anything can be looked up. I don't know why people waste their time doing that anyways. It's plainly crazy. It's like maybe they think they are talking to dumb people, right? People who don't take the time out to look for anything. They just believe. Well, maybe they are. And maybe the people that they are telling this to, maybe they don't research anything. But a lot of people do. And it's easy to get caught up in your lies if there's some type of footprints. All right. So yeah. So make sure you guys keep these type of people out of your lives. And if you do have somebody like that in your life, okay, make sure you watch them carefully. For real, for real. And if they are trying to disprove things that you have said, you don't need to argue back and forth with them. Okay. You just don't back and forth. All you need to do is tell them to show real receipts, real electronic information or imagery or videos that have the date and time on them, or they can get into the video just to show that it's a current video. Okay. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for tuning into Shay's Tube. Thank you to Jermaine, Most Hated, Bronze. Let's see what else can. That's it. Everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay. Don't forget, y'all, all these bloopers are going to continue to happen until my tongue heals, and hopefully I can stop biting the side of my tongue. I guess once I stop talking about it, I'll probably stop. This is some type of I think when people do that, I think it's something mental. I really do. If you look it up, I think it is. If you tell yourself, if you think about biting your tongue, I'm telling you, if you think about it enough, that's when you start doing it. You know what I'm saying? Or if you just, start doing it all of a sudden, and then you're just constantly thinking about it, you can make it happen too. Or sometimes your mouth or teeth or whatever, your jaw or whatever is off, what do you call that? Alignment or whatever the case is. And so you have to go to the dentist. So that's why I'm going to the dentist to make sure, because last time I went, she was like, it's not, but I still need to go back and double check. Because usually it's the front. I don't even want to say, because I don't want to start doing that area. So I just started doing the side. That shit be hurting like hell. That's why I'm making all these bloopers, because it's very hard to talk and try not to bite your tongue. It makes it very hard to form words, and things like that when you do that. I know y'all laughing, but I don't give two shits. All right, I got some gum over my tooth, so every time I hit my tongue, the gum acts as a cushion. Okay, because damn, I'm tired of hitting my tongue. All right. Other than that, y'all. So excuse the bloopers. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you enjoyed this content. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe below and hit that bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. And share and leave a comment. And I think I covered everything, guys. So y'all know what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to get out of here. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the last day of Diddy's jury selection. All right. Peace out, y'all. Check out my other videos on my YouTube shorts. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to everybody in the bushes and everybody who watches this in the replay. Have a good night, y'all. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. I don't even feel like saying the Shay's Tube. And I'm not here again. No. I am so crazy, y'all. Let me put this up here. There you go. And then here you go. Good night, y'all. Let me take this down. Thank you, Jermaine. And Most Hated, Bronze. Thank you, guys. Before I leave, y'all like my background? That's another one Jermaine did. It's very beautiful. I love it. Thank you, Jermaine.